Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. A lot of you guys took a lot of interest in that 1,000 horsepower project, so I'm going to give you guys another part of this series. Again, his transmission already done. Today we are working on his engine. In this, we have his basically everything taken apart, cleaned, checked. We just did a quick hone job on his block. His surface is within 2 thousandths end to end, which is plenty for what we need. We are going to use Mall H bearings in the bottom end and either H or X on his Street Fighter rods here from Wagler. Again, I have to measure the crankshaft, but everything's clean, so we're going to go ahead and get the crankshaft dropped into this block first. From there, we will get his rear main seal and front cover put on this engine. In addition to his Street Fighters, the other upgrade that he is getting is we are using a fire ring head gasket. It is a Hazel gasket, but we got it from PDD. A rather plethora of different gaskets here. We couldn't get a complete gasket kit, so we just pieced it together. We also have an ATS 2-piece 3rd gen manifold going on this. We have some XTP, or also known as Manton valve springs here. Again, you guys heard me talk about fluid dampener. We have a fluid dampener 5.9 damper, ARP 625s, which is like gold these days, and a 12 mil fleece pump. We are going to be reusing his factory block stiffener in this engine build, and not pictured yet because it's honestly just not here, is we have a fleece head that is up at the machine shop getting fire ringed for us, and then once it's back here we'll swap the valve springs over, but no big deal. And then for those of you guys that are curious on his turbo setup, this is kind of I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the best planner on this because I forgot about his boot down there, so we're still waiting on the interstage pipe. Interstage goes from one turbo to the other, but we did fully weld his hot pipe. We do have a bracket made out of DOM tubing that grabs this motor mount bolt and supports the bottom side of this flange. Do not fret, we still have to kind of grind down some sharp edges, but once it was in, I wanted to leave it. And then we got his down pipe done up. Like I said, pretty happy with it. This kit, again, 480, and then not pictured, because this is a block that's got literally a hole in it, is his Savage Fab HE351. It's still sitting in the box, staying clean. I don't like to, especially if I can avoid it, fab on the new turbos. You guys saw with that 480 before, or any of the videos I've posted on other social media, like we keep them taped up, keep the oil, especially the oil passages, clean on it. But now we're going to go ahead and turn up the music, get to work on this engine block here. We got to start with file fitted rings, and that leads me to the last thing. We have a set of industrial injection coated and delipped pistons for this build. We are going to stay 0304 pattern, and also not pictured is his Dynamite. I can't remember if they're 100 or 150% overs, but we're going to get some rings filed. We're going to get some pistons bounced real quick here. And for those of you guys that are new, we do bounce all of our stuff. Okay, so you guys saw us get the cam, tappets, crank, main caps torqued, front cover, front gear case, rear main seal housing. Now you guys also watch me put all the pistons and rods together, or at least clean them. I verified a couple bearing measurements just to make sure. We're going with H's, and now we will assemble these on the pistons, and then you guys will watch me slap these things in here. And believe it or not, we're actually getting pretty close to the end of where I can get to today, because the cylinder head's still not here yet. I don't mind that little mess on the floor. I just kind of put all my trash, like dirty paper towels and stuff, on the ground. Then I clean them up every so often. But from here, we'll put the rods in. I'll put the CB3 gear on, put the front cover on, adapter plate, oil pan pickup tube. And that'll probably be the day. I'll get this bottom end at least fully sealed up. We'll also, I left his old oil pump just as a placeholder. We do have a replacement for that right here. We're going to replace that as well. And then we'll just continue on. Basically, my goal today is to get his bottom end done. So I'm not sure in this video if we'll get the head on or not, but it's just, I mean, it's simple, 625s. Fleece head, fire rings, very basic stuff. So we have the first piston in here, piston and rod, and I'm gonna start banging them out, get them all assembled there. Just remember, guys, rub out your cylinders with brake clean and a microfiber, re-oil them, oil your rings, oil your skirts, lube up your bolts, and if it is a 12 valve rod or a billet rod, they always go alongside towards the oil cooler. The only exception to this rule is on a 5.9 stock rod, the long side goes towards the cam. That is the only time I've ever had to do that. The only other kind of weird scenario is if you're using a 6.7 crank and a 5.9 block, but that's a whole different video. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get these all thrown in here. I just wanted to make sure we had good clearance with these billet squirters. They're a little different. So just want to make sure we have good clearance. It spins over fine, no issues there. Let's go ahead and throw this thing together. Okay, GoPro died. I apologize, but we have our 6 connecting rods and 6 pistons in here. Engine spins over, got good clearance on the cam, good clearance on the J-Jet. One thing I will say, make sure you line up your piston squirter to the notch in the piston. That can fight you if you accidentally tweak them, or if they're brand new and they got bent in shipping. But here she is. From here, I'm gonna throw the block stiffener back on, which is this piece here, right there. Throw that on. Pickup tube, red Loctite on your pickup tube bolts, those two specifically. And then we will throw a new oil pan gasket. Oil pan on, flip this old girl around, get her taped up and painted. Head's already painted, so go ahead and paint the block since that's pretty much where we're gonna leave off on this. And yeah, I'll show you guys once I get the oil pan on. Okay, oil pickup tubes on, the girdle, bed plate, or sorry, block stiffener, or a really ranky-dank girdle is installed. Now we'll do our oil pan, RTV gasket, RTV pan. Let's go. Got it all taped up, ready for paint. We got our protrusion measured. Everything is good to go. So from here, I'm gonna roll it out to our open bay over here and get our little curtain set up, get this thing painted. Customer didn't want anything fancy, so black is what he is going to get. And I just realized I did not tape off his cam, so I'll do that real quick, but and then throw the tape on the pistons as well. But let's get this thing looking magical. There she is. We'll let her dry in here. I brought it back in after I painted it. And yeah, you know, the customer did not, this wasn't like a true full engine build, as you guys could tell. Some stuff, you know, just they just don't need it. And you know, I talked to this guy, and gave him the best recommendations. Obviously, we still have some freeze plugs and stuff to deal with, yes, but you know, not everyone wants the Mac Daddy of all engines, and that's totally fine. This guy took our recommendations on the pistons, which now looking at it, I'm glad, because if we would have pulled it apart, I actually probably wouldn't have let it sit out or not taken apart for as long, because I knew we had the pistons. But that's why, you know, guys, I'm telling you, I don't need to make more work for myself. There's plenty of work, especially in this industry, to go around. So, you know, chances are if I tell you to do it one way, like, there's probably a good reason. This is a prime example of the customer, you know, trusted us to make the right call on the pistons, and we made the right call. They were, in fact, pretty worn out. We got it, he just asked that we clean it up the best we could and hit it with some paint, and that's what we did, you know. I would love to tell you that every engine I build is some exciting 2,000 horsepower, 6.4, or whatever. It's not. I don't like doing stock engine rebuilds, if I'm being honest. They're so boring and tedious, and the satisfaction of like the power at the end just isn't there for me. So we sell, I mean, I guess I'll do it, but we sell stock engines, and then you know, these are really the fun ones. 800, 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, like those are the ones that are a lot of fun, because you know the owner is going to have a good time in them, and you get to do the billet rods and the upgraded pistons and pins and stuff like that. So again, I apologize we didn't get a ton of the pistons going in. My GoPro battery died. I didn't hear it because I was jamming. One of the reasons why you guys always give me heck on this TV here, I actually use it as like a stereo, and I AirPlay music from my phone, and then I use the GoPro, speed it up. You don't hear the music. It's a win-win. But we got it all together. I'm going to end this video here because I'm not sure when I'm going to get the head to put it on, and I don't want this video to turn into a huge series. But you guys saw the updated compounds. You guys saw the short block go together. Again, to put this together, we're going to run a Hazley head gasket, 625 head studs, a fleece fire ringed and fire ringed head with the thread and freeze plugs, the upgraded valve springs. We have those Manton push rods over there, a DDP 12 mil, a Valair flex plate, and then we also have a fluid damper, of course, for this guy's engine. So leaving it off here, you know, again, if you guys need an engine built or anything like that, let us know. We're happy to at least give you a quote. Keep in mind, most of the time I ballpark it, because I can't tell you how many people message me saying they want a motor. I used to type out this really long drawn out list, and now what I find is most people either copy that list and buy all the parts from somebody else and build it, or whatever. So I give you a pretty solid estimate on where you'll be at, and then if you're serious, you know, we can talk from there. But anyway, guys, hopefully you like this one. Drop a comment down below. I don't think we'll do a video on installing this, but I will at least at some point do like a driving video or an update video on this project. Subscribe if you are not already, guys. And as always, I will catch y'all on the next one.